Hey you guys, Jeremy from Plastic Fantastic Climbing. I wonder if I should change that because it always sounds weird when I say it and when I watch it on video, but how does it sound when you guys hear it? I guess first question. But besides that, hey, you know, I have been a fan of the Cruzer line for a really long time because there has always been this need for just kind of like this really kind of cool shoe that segues between something that you can wear all the time and then something that you can wear on your approach. So as an approach shoe, I just kind of thought that the Cruzers kind of fit like this really cool kind of like segue shoe, or that shoe that could do like multiple things. So a prime example is that I have always looked for a shoe that was kind of like a pair of Chucks or a pair of Purcells or a pair of like Puma Suedes that, you know, like if I'm walking around town, you know, and if I had like a pair of jeans and a t-shirt, like something that I could wear with that was, you know, not like a pair of Dunks or like a pair of J's or, you know, like, or a pair of Docs, right? Like something that I could wear that wasn't those things that if I wanted to, I could use for an approach shoe. So let's say I'm like hanging out with my buddies and I really kind of wanted a shoe that I can just like kick it around town in. And then I knew that later on today, or later on that day, I was gonna go on approach. I was gonna go on like a small hike, or I would go on like a, you know, on an approach to go climbing. Just like a shoe that I could wear for like both those occasions where I didn't need to like switch shoes. And then Evolv came out with the Cruzers. And I think they're fantastic. So the Plastic Fantastic team kind of already did, you know, like a review for the shoe. And I just kind of thought I would just kind of recap that, kind of talk about the things that I've already done in them, and just kind of add to that review that has already been put out there. So let me just start off by saying that they're fantastic. Like if you need a very light approach shoe where you know you're not going to be doing something heavy, and that, you know, you just kind of want something that you can slip on, slip off, and kind of have something that has like the traction to grip on when you're like jumping from rock to rock, or like when you are kind of like edging on things that you couldn't get with like a pair of sneakers. I think this fits the bill. I really do think this fits the bill for that, because, you know, I say this all the time. It's like, you know, we're not made out of money, and so it's kind of nice to have these things that allows us to kind of, you know, do multiple things in. And I think the Cruzer line kind of does that. So, you know, if you kind of live like this kind of like outdoor lifestyle, I think they're fantastic. I think they're like kind of like the perfect shoe. I tend to wear mine just, you know, hang around town, hang around with my buddies and my friends, and or let's say I'm gonna go out to the beach, like I wear them out to the beach, or if I'm gonna go out to Malibu, or I'm gonna go to Joshua Tree, or, you know, like when I go up to Bishop, like these are the shoes that I wear because I know I'll get kind of like that traction, but also kind of like that easy in, easy out. Also, like, they're kind of stylish and they're kind of cool. They're kind of cool in that very, very simple way that they'll just kind of like go with the things that you wear. And I kind of really dig that about these shoes. And since we're kind of talking about like the way they look, they came out with like new colors and new styles. So if you guys didn't know on the first time that they changed them, so these were them. These are like the OG, kind of like the classics, right? And I had them in red, and then I ended up getting a pair of the slip-ons, like these. And I got them in that green color, and that green color was really kind of cool because it wasn't like your classic black, or it wasn't your classic gray or white or whatever. And it just kind of like went with like very casual sweaters I would put on. Like I would, you know, wear jeans, roll my pants up, white t-shirt, sweater, and then these would kind of like were rather perfect. And I kind of dug them for that. But, you know, like if you go online and you look at the website, you know, like there'll be like this cool colorway. It's kind of like a gray with like a little camo on the back, which is kind of cool. And then you can get that. I know there's like a white version with like some pink camo in the back. They made an all black version with like a little bit of gray with like gray laces, which is super, super dope. So if you guys like a little bit more of like a classic color. And so, you know, you have like all these options in terms of like styling, which again, like they're kind of cool. They're kind of cool that way. And don't get me wrong, it's not, I'm not wearing them, you know, 24/7. Like I still wear, you know, like I'll wear my Docs, right? I'll wear my J's, I'll wear my Pumas, I'll wear, you know, like I'll wear like whatever other shoe that I have in my arsenal, like my driving loafers, I'll wear my Todds, or wear, you know, like whatever. But these still have like a really distinct place in like my lineup for like my everyday wear. And especially like I'm an outdoors person, so I'll go outdoors, and this is, you know, like I would choose this over like wearing a pair of Chucks if I go outdoors, because, you know, there's traction, there's really good rubber, you know, there's like this reinforced toe, which I don't get on my Chucks, so, you know, it works. And since we're talking about like the reinforced rubber on the toe and then the actual rubber, let's actually talk about like the things that we think about when we're thinking about an approach shoe. We're really talking about traction. Like when we go outdoors, and let's say we're out at Bishop or we're at J-Tree and we're hopping from rock to rock to rock, we want something that we're not going to slip off of, right? Like we're not going to want to put our foot down, and in the process of putting our foot down, we don't want our foot to like slide. These have fantastic traction. So they have the Trax rubber that Evolv is known for, and the tread pattern is really, really great. And I admittingly have not put my foot down and have slipped on anything. Like obviously if it's loose gravel and, you know, stupid things like that, yeah. But if I'm just putting my foot down on like granite and, you know, trying to go downhill, nothing. I know Katie Jo, you guys all know Katie Jo. She does a ton more than I do, and she lives and breathes by these shoes for outdoors, because, you know, she'll go parasailing, she'll go and she'll do like her hikes in them, and, you know, she'll obviously do her climbing in them, and, you know, she has like only rave things to say about them as well. So in terms of like traction and having the ability to like grip on stone, perfect. I'm gonna put like some like little like vignette videos, or I'm gonna put like some little tiny clips, because I do like this thing here in LA that my buddy Jeff Lawrence and I do, and we call them our urban walks. And we'll do things like we'll walk from Union Station, right, in downtown LA, all the way to like Santa Monica, or we'll go from, let's say, the beginning of Sepulveda on the north side, so that is like essentially Northridge. So we'll go from like Northridge and we'll do an urban walk all the way down, again, back to Santa Monica. And, you know, I wear these, you know, and I'll be honest with you, all day in them, like I'm great, like I'm fine. I mean, don't get me wrong, by the end of the day, like my ankles, my feet, you know, are tired. But I don't think that's the shoe. I just think it's like because I'm walking like 30 miles or 32 miles, right? I don't think that's the shoe's fault, but I do feel like it's probably like my fitness. So in terms of, you know, like having usability, I think they do the job. I think they really, really do kind of have the traction that you need to like go the distance. Like if you're like hiking in, if you have like a long approach, I think they're great. The other feature that I really love, because once you get to the wall, or once you get to the wherever you're bouldering, they kind of have like this breakaway heel. So typically I'll just go and I'll just flatten them out and I'll just slide my foot in, and then I'll just kind of either belay from that kind of point, or what I'll do is I'll just slide my foot in and I'll walk from boulder to boulder, right? And I'll just grab my crash pads and my gear and won't try to lace them up or anything, which is what makes the slip-ons so cool, because as I said, like I have the green ones, and I did so much in the green ones. I did like a urban walk for people here in LA. What I did was Jeff and I, we went up Ventura Boulevard, so the starting of Ventura Boulevard, and then we went north. And then once we got to Reseda Boulevard. We turned right and we went up and over. So we walked up Ventura, made a right on Reseda, and Reseda turns into the park. So once it turns into the park, you have to go up and over the pass. And then after up and over the pass, it then turns into Temescal Canyon. We walked down Temescal Canyon, hit PCH, hit Malibu, and then we made a left, and then we went back to Santa Monica. And I did that all in these. And they were great. And they were awesome. You would like to think that a shoe without laces wouldn't be able to do a hike like that. And that was, again, like I think like 25, 30 miles. You wouldn't be able to do it in something like that. And I surely did. I surely did them in these shoes. I'll throw in some clips of that. Another big one that we did is that we walked up the PCH, or we did walk up the PCH, but I'm trying to think if that's not, I don't have video for that. We went from Watts Tower. So we started at Watts. We started at Watts, so in like Watts, Crenshaw, that whole area of LA. So we walked up, and then we walked up the PCH in Sepulveda all the way into, again, Santa Monica. The reason we end up at Santa Monica is because Jeff's office is in Santa Monica, and I'll just meet him at his office. And I guess that really kind of leads me into like comfort, you know, like obviously we're going to be in these shoes all day, so we want something really comfortable. Let me tell you, they're really light. The Cruzer Sykes have like a little bit better cushion in my opinion than the classics. So if you're looking for one of the Cruzers that have better cushioning, you may want to go with like the Cruzer Syke slip-on or the Cruzer Syke laces. But, you know, honestly, like I've done so much and I've walked a ton in, you know, the normal Cruzers, the OG Cruzers, the classics. I don't know what they want me to call them. Like, am I supposed to call them like the classics or the OG? Because now that these are here, like, I just think they're like gangster. Like they're the OG classics, the OG Cruzers. But yeah, so they're really comfortable. Like you really want a shoe on like these kind of like long approaches or these short, whatever approaches. You want long or short, you want them to be comfortable. And they're really comfortable. Like you really do feel like, you know, if you're going out in a pair of Chucks or in a pair of Toms, like no brainer at all. Like get a pair of these, seriously. Like, are you really getting that much cushioning in a pair of Toms? Get out of town, man. Like these will do you way better. Also, on that note, like, if you're doing it in a pair of Toms, at least these have like, kind of like a heel cup. So they kind of like cup your heel a bit, which helps for support. I've been rambling and I'm kind of thinking like I've covered everything. Do you guys have any questions? Like, I really think it's always about traction and comfort when I think of an approach shoe. Obviously you can talk about durability. They're canvas shoes, and I'm not sure if you guys can see, like they're kind of like separating right there. But God, I've had these for what, 4 or 5 years? I mean, yeah, sure, like it's time for that to happen. But in my opinion, they're $75. I mean, that's a steal, right? That's a steal. Like for a pair of light approach shoes that you know that you can kind of like go on your light approaches on. Like if you're just going from like your car to like a 5 to 10 mile hike in, I mean, these are the ones, man, like for sure. But yeah, traction and comfort. Like I feel like they have the traction, they have the grip. If you need, like, so when you go to Malibu, like there's like a traverse over water. If you need to edge, like these edge great. Like there's like if you guys can tell, like there's like a little flat side right here. Like all this is flat. There is no like tread. And it'll edge for you. I know, God, okay, so Eric told me this. You guys all know Eric. He looks like Thor. He's on the Plastic Fantastic team. He told me this great story. Like he goes out and, you know, him and his buddies, they all go out climbing, and he recognizes that he completely forgets his climbing shoes. He forgets his Shamans, and he goes, you know what, like I climbed, he tells me, I climbed everything from 5'9" to like 12A in his Cruzers. I'm like, baller. That is totally dope. That's gangster, right? Like, knowing that you can go and you can like do climbs in a pair of approach shoes, 5'9" to 12A, I mean, get out of town, man. Like, that's silly. That's absolutely silly. But that's awesome, right? That's awesome that he did that. That's great, you know? So, I feel like they're absolutely capable as a shoe for us outdoor people. So for all of us that kind of want like a shoe that can segue between something between the car and the crag or the boulder, like these are it, man. These are it. I love this, again, like this like breakaway heel here, just so I can like slip them on like when I'm at the crag and I don't want to like actually tie my shoes, and I can just belay that way. Or, you know, you can always go with the slip-ons too, so you don't have to tie anything. But I think that's it. Like, that's enough rambling. I mean, they totally get a thumbs up from me. I think they do a fantastic job. I think, you know, for a pair of shoes, I think they're really, really solid. I'll try to put in as many clips as I can so you can see like the things I did in them. But on that note, like, if you want more than just me chatting away and you want like the rest of the Plastic Fantastic team, go back to our original video for the Cruzer line, and then Joy's there, Eric is there, Katie's there, who else was there? Who's, oh man, I'm totally blanking out. I'm blanking. I'm not talking. I was there, Joy was there, Katie Jo was there. Oh, Kate was there. Oh my god, Kate, I'm really sorry. I knew you were there. Kate was there, so you'll get a whole bunch of opinions about like the Cruzers on top of like, you know, what I've just said. I was there as well. But on that note, as always, thank you so much for watching. 2016 was a year, man. Like, 2016 was a doozy of a year for, I think, all of America. And 2017, I can already feel it. Like, it's gonna be so dope, you guys. I'm so excited. I'm already getting calls for shoots and for jobs already. Like, and it's only the 3rd, which is great because, you know, typically January tends to be slow for me. But on that note, like, I'm already getting calls, so that's awesome. Like, I can already tell, like, it's gonna be this amazing year. And, you know, you guys look forward to 2017. It's gonna be fantastic. It's gonna be super, super cool. I'm really, really excited. It's gonna be a fantastic year for all of us. So what's coming up? What's coming up is Evolv has already buzzed us and told me what was coming down the pike, and there's a ton of shoes coming from them, and I'm kind of super psyched about the team testing them out. Hopefully they'll have like shoes for us to test out. I'm not sure, I'm not guaranteed if they're gonna have the shoes or not, but I'm excited if they do because we love doing this for you guys. If you guys have any questions, if you guys have anything, buzz me, buzz the channel. My sister made me orange juice. I went to her house today, and look, isn't that very nice of my little sister? Oh man, that's fantastic. What else is happening? I really do plan on posting more. I'm sorry I didn't get to post this much this year. That's really my fault. I've been transitioning from more photographer and director to director, and so I've been directing more things, and I've been kind of like dropping seeds and doing things like that. So I've been really, really creative with like my photography career. And so I really didn't get to post as much as I like. But on that note, I don't plan to let that happen this year. I plan to really be all about Plastic Fantastic climbing and our Instagram feed and our YouTube and our team, and I plan to be all about that, and I plan to be all about, you know, my life as a photographer. And a little secret, I might be shooting JT tomorrow, which is kind of really exciting. I'm hopefully gonna get an email today saying that I'm gonna do it. And I think that's it. Thank you guys so much. Write, subscribe, talk to us, let us know what you're thinking. We really want to hear from you guys. And if it takes me a day or two to get back to you, I'm sorry, but I'll try to get back to you as quick as I can. But if you have any questions, if you have any comments, if you have anything about like what I just talked about today, buzz us, because we would love to hear from you. And that's it. So thanks again, you guys. Jeremy from Plastic Fantastic Climbing. Always doing like these little reviews from like my bed. Like I feel like it's one of the most comfortable places for me to do it, just because I like sitting on my bed, and it's just super comfortable for me. And that's it. I look forward to hearing from you guys, and I look forward to 2017. And let's start talking. Let's start communicating. Why don't you guys tell me what you guys want to see? We have more reviews coming, and more reviews from like other companies. So, you know, let's just hit 2017 running, everybody. Let's just go out there and let's just kill it this year. Whatever you are into, go and be all about it. If you're into climbing, let's be all about climbing this year. If you're into photography, be all about your photography this year. If you're into like just general fitness and being outdoors and being awesome, be awesome this year, because I think that this is the year that all of us are gonna see how awesome we can really be. All right, you guys take care. I really love talking to you guys, and the rest of the crew and I will see you guys soon. Take care. Bye.